All right, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something that is quite literally shaking up how we create and interact with audio. We're talking about Google Flow Music. If you've ever had this amazing melody stuck in your head, but maybe you just didn't have the technical chops to actually bring it to life, well, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to this one. Imagine this for a second. What if you could produce a fully mixed, studio-quality 3-minute song complete with vocals and full instrumentation, and all it took was a single sentence? No way, right? Well, that is exactly the compelling hook of Flow Music. It's designed to take everyday users, people who have literally never even opened a digital audio workstation, and instantly turn them into producers. It is a massive, massive leap forward for creative accessibility. Okay, let's dive right into this and actually meet Google Flow Music. The evolution of this tech has been an absolute whirlwind. It actually started back in 2022 as this super niche open source project called Riffusion. And it worked in this crazy way where it generated music by creating visual spectrograms, so basically turning sound waves into pictures. By July 2025, it rebranded to Producer AI to position itself as a serious tool, even collaborating with massive artists like the Chainsmokers. Then, boom, February 2026, Google swoops in and acquires it, finally launching it in May under the name we know today. It went from a quirky open-source experiment to a highly polished powerhouse in the Google ecosystem in just a few short years. And to really wrap your head around how accessible this platform is, we got to talk about the number 500. Because that is the exact amount of free daily credits every single user gets just for signing up. To put that into perspective, generating a standard song only costs you between 10 and 30 credits, so do the math. You can experiment, tweak, and generate dozens of different tracks every single day without spending a dime. It is basically an endless playground for creators. Under the hood, this whole thing is powered by Google DeepMind's Lyria 3 models, and you essentially have two main engines to play with. First up is the Lyria 3 Clip model, which is absolutely perfect for short, 30-second loops or just quickly previewing an idea. But the heavy lifter here is the Lyria 3 Pro. This is the model that pumps out up to 3 minutes of highly structured, full-length music. We're talking distinct verses, soaring choruses, bridges, the whole shebang. All right, moving right along to section 2, from prompt to production. Let's see how this actually works. The core workflow here is beautifully seamless. Step 1, you just toss in your prompt or input. Step 2, the AI immediately goes to work and spits out 2 completely unique takes, and it even generates custom cover art for each one. And then step 3, which is crucial, you don't just have to accept what it gives you. You get to iterate and refine. The sheer speed at which you go from a completely blank slate to a fully realized track is honestly staggering. Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer flexibility of how you can actually spark the AI's imagination. You are definitely not just stuck typing into a text box. Sure, you can use text to describe the vibe or the genre, but you can also just hit record and hum a melody or sing right into your mic. You can even upload up to 40 megabytes of your own existing audio files, like a rough acoustic guitar demo. Or, get this, you can upload an image, and the AI will interpret the visual mood and turn it into a sonic landscape. Your inputs are literally as varied as your imagination. It's crazy when you realize just how much creative heavy lifting the AI is doing for you. You could type something as basic as upbeat indie folk song. That's it. And in return, the AI expands that tiny prompt into a fully structured track with aggressive acoustic guitars, atmospheric damp pavement vibes, these incredibly warm, realistic vocals, and yeah, custom album art too. It essentially takes your little creative seed and grows an entire forest out of it. And hey, it isn't just us hobbyists who are blown away by this. 6-time Grammy-winning artist Jacob Collier actually summed up the underlying tech perfectly. He described working with it as crafting this real-time sonic putty that's endlessly surprising. It's so cool because professional musicians aren't necessarily looking at this as a replacement for human talent, but rather as this highly experimental, collaborative partner that can forge connections between wildly unlikely musical ideas. Which brings us to section 3, mastering the mix. Let's look at the advanced controls. Okay, this feature right here is an absolute game changer. Voice mode. Think of this as your own personal conversational producer. Instead of having to type out these complex, clunky prompts to fix a song, you just talk to the AI. You hit a button and say, hey, make the bass line funkier, or add way more reverb to the lead vocals, or even swap this out for a house beat at 120 BPM. The AI understands your natural conversational language and tweaks the track in real time. It really is like sitting in a studio chair right next to a world-class mixing engineer. But wait, there's more. Beyond just chatting with it,
you get serious structural control over the song. With the remix, replace, and extend features, you can seamlessly swap out entire sections of a track. Don't really love the second verse? Just highlight it and tell the AI to swap in a female vocalist instead. Or maybe you want the song to be this epic, sprawling club anthem. You can use the extend feature to stretch the track out to a massive 9 minutes, and the AI will flawlessly blend genres like tech house and acid jazz along the way. It's wild.
Next up, Section 4, Beyond Audio. Let's talk spaces and video. So this introduces us to spaces. And what spaces are basically are these custom interactive audio web apps that you can build right there inside Flow Music using nothing but AI prompts. Seriously, you can just ask the AI to build you a functional 808 DJ drum pad. You know what, to get that classic booming hip-hop sound, and boom, it's there. Or maybe you want a custom music visualizer, or a weather-based ambient noise mixer where you literally slide a fader to turn up the rain and thunder. It's essentially an instant app builder for entirely custom music tools. Oh, and if all that audio magic wasn't enough, there is also an option to generate AI cinematic music videos. Because Google has fully integrated their video generation models into this, you can literally take a track you just finished mixing, click a button, tell the AI what visual aspect ratio and theme you want, and it will stitch together a full cinematic music video for your song in minutes. Now, full transparency, this is a premium feature, so it'll cost you a chunk of your credits, but the fact that you can generate a hit song and its music video in one single workflow, absolutely mind-blowing. Which brings us to our final section, the collaborative future. Now, we obviously have to address the elephant in the room, copyright and the mimicking of real artists. To make sure they are deploying this tech responsibly, Google is utilizing something called Synth ID. This is an invisible watermarking technology that gets embedded directly into any media generated by Flow Music. You can't hear it at all, but it allows streaming platforms and software to instantly identify that the audio is AI generated. This is absolutely crucial for protecting existing artists' works and making sure the tech isn't being abused to impersonate real musicians.
The broader cultural reaction to this platform has been so fascinating to watch, and honestly, it's pretty deeply divided. On one side, you have this incredibly enthusiastic reception from the hobbyist community. Just like this Reddit user pointed out, it is a total game changer for people who have all these brilliant musical ideas trapped in their heads, but just lack the technical skills to navigate a complex DAW. For them, this tool is totally democratizing music creation.
But on the flip side, there is a very real, critical perspective that we need to look at impartially. Some users are pointing out that while the tech is super impressive, it might actually lead to a sort of cultural standardization. As this critic highlighted, when you prompt the AI for really complex, nuanced global genres like microtonal gamelan or Malian blues, the model tends to kind of clean them up and force them into a more predictable, Western musical pop structure. It brings up a really valid question. Is the AI inadvertently erasing the beautiful nuances of global music just to make a catchy track?
At the end of the day, the core philosophy that the developers of Flow Music are really trying to push is what they call the yes and approach. The ultimate goal here isn't to just have a machine spit out a finished product and completely replace the human musician. Not at all. The goal is to keep you, the human, firmly in the loop. It's all about using the AI to amplify your own creativity, like having it provide the perfect backing track to lyrics you just wrote, or giving you a weird drum groove that instantly inspires your next live guitar riff. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Will Google Flow Music be the ultimate collaborative instrument that finally helps you share the music trapped inside your head? Look, the tools to create, iterate, and experiment have literally never been more powerful or more accessible. The virtual studio is wide open, and it's just waiting for your prompts. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I challenge you to go out there and test the absolute limits of your own creativity.